And when you install RTW, you get all these together. And the major feature that we added in 8.5, that is June, is nothing but testing your mobile application using Rational mobile client. Okay, so let's go deep into the session today. This was just a overview of what exactly is ALMs and what is RTW. Let's look at more on what is the mobile testing and how does it how does our RTW help in creating your automated test for mobile applications. So if you look at the current phase of computing, and this is some of the statistics that we get from certain surveys, and if you look at that one, you see that nearly 90% of developers are currently developing a mobile application or extending their enterprise application to the mobile, right? Mobility is the buzzword now, right? You wanted to be on the move, you wanted to have access to your applications. You might be an insurance agent, and on the field you wanted to do everything, right? Without even capturing everything in the paper and come back to the office and then feeds in data into from your desktop. That's rather you wanted to do everything on the move. And the other report is that almost 77% of developers will be focused on hybrid applications. In the mobile application development itself, there are native application, hybrid application, and web application. And the easy way to get a mobile application is to create a hybrid application. And most of the developments are happening in the hybrid application. And it is saying 25 plus, almost all all expect to deploy more than 25 mobile application in the next 2 years. I would say that is maybe it is more than 25 mobile applications. This is just some of the surveys and reports. When we talk about mobile applications, the quality is the most important, right? So we are in a continuous delivery mode. A requirement that is coming into the from the market, we need to deliver it as soon as possible. There's a competition, we need to beat the competition. There's a defect being reported from the field. You need to resolve the defect and deliver this the defect as soon as possible, right? So there is a challenges in continuous delivery, and one of the major challenges in the continuous delivery is that ensure that your application is being tested on time, right? And in the continuous delivery, you might have to deliver your changes within days or weeks, right? Those kind of scenarios. And this makes difficult when you have a number of mobile devices and platforms, and the OSs are changing and applications are changing, technology is changing, right? So you need to make sure that you have the correct test bed to test all your scenarios, and it is not just the front end of your application that you need to test. It is not just that UI that is appearing on the application you need to test. You need to test even the backend services. There might be certain requests going from your mobile device to a backend server, and then the server is again connecting to a data source or databases. You need to test all the things. You need to find out where exactly is the problems. When a problem comes, you need to track whether it is in the UI part, or it is in the backend, or it is in the database retrieval algorithms, all these ones. So this is an end-to-end solution, right? So if you look at this, I already talked about different interactions with the different kind of systems in a typical mobile ecosystem, right? You have the client devices, you have servers, and you have backend databases or services. And at any stage during when a request goes from a mobile to your server, you need to do some kind of testing. You need to capture those requests, and so that you can run the request again and see if there is a problem. If there is any problem occurs, you need to pinpoint to the exact problem. That means you need to have a different kind of test. If you're typically testing the functionalities of an application, you might create a functional test using any of the testing tools available. The current mobile testing capability what we have is basically for the functional testing of the mobile applications. And you might also want to do some kind of service test, right? You need to also do some kind of performance test. For example, if 100,000 users are accessing that same application at the same time, is your server performing well? Is it scalable to the load? So those kind of performance and load testing you need to do. You need to find out how much time it took for each of the transactions. The other thing is, an important thing is that when you start developing your application, and let's assume there are multiple services are needed to create a complete software, complete application. And when you start the development, you may not have all the services available. Then you need to virtualize certain services. That is what the virtualization solution that we provide help you. You can start testing your application from the first iteration itself, probably in the first week of the first iteration, without even to have your services available for you. Moving to the next slide. I talked about different devices, and if you look at that